But I have PCOS, I have Hashimoto's disease, and it made it really a difficult journey for us to get here. It is such a shock. It is so crazy, and You're pregnant? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I feel like the last time I created a really big video here on YouTube was like a year ago when I announced that I became a influencer full time.
I made a big decision.
And yeah, that's pretty much been my life for like almost the past 2 years. Almost 2 years we're making it to. And that's mostly been happening over on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me there, you might not know what's going on in my world, and a lot has changed since then. Start your night off with calamansi.
Darling, you got to let me know.
So if you haven't followed me there, definitely go check me out. Instagram is at Stephanie Nadia. But I am making my way over here today to you guys because I have another big announcement. And if you haven't seen it from my last video, which I just dropped on YouTube, but it was made for Instagram, and by the title, then you should know now. This is the biggest news I've ever had to share, and the most exciting news, and the most joyous news ever, for me at least, and for my husband, who's behind the camera, by the way. He's hanging out here with us today. But we are pregnant. Also, hi, I'm Stephanie Nadia, for those of you who have never been over here on my channel, in my part of the world. I do everything from like plus size, fashion, I've done beauty in the past, and I've been here on YouTube really on and off for like the past like 10 years. And I'm excited to share with you guys that I'm hopping on back on a regular schedule to share this pregnancy journey with you all, because it's something super exciting for me, and I know something that I want to record for myself so that I have memories to look back on, because I love looking back at old vlogs and old memories, and it's something that me and David both appreciate when we get to look back on like old, travel vlogs or time with family. And I know that this is something that we're going to want to look back on for sure, especially because it's something so big and so important for us. And it is the most beautiful and amazing thing I get to share today. And sorry for my hoarse voice, I am still coming off of a cold, but I always imagined the day that I'd be able to share that news, and it took a long time to get here. So for those of you who have been following me for a long time and know, I have shared bits here and there, but I have PCOS, I have Hashimoto's disease, and it made it really a difficult journey for us to get here. And I was thinking about sharing like a fertility kind of journey video. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, definitely comment below and let me know, because I feel like there's been such a lack, at least what I have come across, there's been such a lack of information out there when it comes to TTCing, trying to conceive while being plus size, and just plus size pregnancies in general, that journey, and PCOS and Hashimoto's and all that stuff. So if any of you want to hear from me and my perspective and my story, definitely comment below. I'm down to create that video, but I don't want to create something that's not going to be useful or helpful, so let me know. So yeah, it's 2 of us on fame today. Also sorry for my pregnancy brain, because it sends me on tangents and then I forget what I'm saying. So if that happens here, I'm sorry, but I think that within post editing, I probably should be able to keep track of everything, hopefully well enough. But forgive me if I'm like all over the place and rambling. This has been a long journey, like I said. David and I got married back in 2013. And prior to that, like we were like together for like 3 years, a year and a half dating, year and a half, engaged. And then prior to that, we were friends for like 3 years. And, we didn't, anyways, there's a whole love story there. If you guys want me to share our love story too, we can do that too. I've always wanted to share that too, because that was a crazy journey in itself. And I've seen like God do amazing things through that. And it's just been beautiful that this is a continuation of our story now. But yeah, when we were dating, we were so sure that we wanted to be together. We were so sure that we were going to have a future together, a life together, marriage and all that stuff. And especially kids, so much so that when we were dating, we had names already picked out for our future children. I know people might think that's crazy, but we were that sure, and we were that sure we wanted to be parents as well. And so it was discouraging and disheartening along the journey that when we finally start trying, that it wasn't as easy and for us. And because of my condition, because of things that I had to experience, and I could definitely go into more details with that in a fertility journey video, but to make a long story short, it took us 6 years. 6 years, 6 long years. Like, that's ridiculous. It's crazy. I think, it's easy to give up too in that space and time. And for me, myself, I came to a place where I would say like in year 5, that I was like, you know what, God, like, if this is not going to happen for us, then give me peace to be a really fun, rich auntie, possibly. Because if we're not going to have kids, then, give me peace to handle life that way and be okay with it, because my heart so longed to be a mother. And I think I've always wanted to be a mother, so much so that when I was a child, in my first diary ever, when I can barely like speak and write grammatically correct, I was like asking God to give me children, and I was drawing out illustrations on my future children. I was writing to my future children. And I don't know what like 5-year-old, 6-year-old does that, but that's something that I was doing. So I know I've always wanted to be a mom. And for that prayer to be answered all these years later, I am just utterly grateful and honored and excited. And we're both so thrilled and so excited, that like, I don't even have the words. Like, just thinking about it, I get teary-eyed, because it was something so hard for us and something so beautiful for us at the same time. And I'm pregnant as hell. But I'm so excited that I even get to share this news with you, because it's something that I thought that may not happen. And it's happening now, and we're so excited. And I cannot wait to share this journey. I cannot wait to record all these little special memories and moments that we get to look back on, because they always say that first year goes by so fast. So I want to be able to treasure every single moment of it, and share when I can and when we feel like we can. But yes, I am so excited to announce that we are pregnant and we are expecting a baby Bugs. I wanted to have this little like timeline, one for myself and just also for my future child to be able to look back on and sort of get a glimpse of what was happening. So we had recently just gone away to Hawaii for my cousin's wedding, and right when we came back from Hawaii, this last year, 2021, November, I found out I was pregnant, and that was November 18th. And I will probably insert some clips here so that you guys can get an idea. If you didn't see it in my pregnancy announcement, all of that's going to be explained kind of right now. But I had taken so many pregnancy tests over the years. Like, I mean, hundreds. So I've never seen a positive pregnancy test, and I'm always expectant of getting a negative one. And every time I get a negative one, I am like in a depressed mood for like days and weeks afterwards. And so I went to go take a pregnancy test. It was just that right timing. And when you see the footage of me looking at it, I'm not the person that walks away and comes back to see the results. I like literally will stand there and wait.
Now we wait.
And I did it every single time, which I know is ridiculous and terrible, but I did it every single time. And this time there are many times that I have recorded myself, but this time I was like, you know what, let me record myself, because I feel like maybe this is the one. And I recorded myself, and as the pregnancy test is developing, I'm seeing that it's just one line, which means negative. And I'm like, I'm already like distraught, because I'm like, oh my God, again. I really thought it was going to be this time. 6 years later, I thought it was going to be this time. And it starts settling in that I'm not pregnant, right? And then I'm like, you know what, give it more time, Stephanie. You're being too eager. But I'm like, if I give it more time, it's going to be just like every other time where I've been disappointed. And so I'm waiting there in the bathroom, trying to like distract myself, do things. And then I look at the pregnancy test and I see the faintest second line ever. And I lost it, because it was so incredible to see that second line, because I've never seen it before in a pregnancy test. And I was trying to be quiet because David's in the house in the other room, and I've always wanted to share this news with him in a special way when it happened for us and when it would happen for us. And so I'm like completely losing it, but doing it by myself, and excited that I finally get to share this news with my husband too. Like it's an answered prayer, and to be able to share that with him too is a big deal for me. But I'm like losing it at the same time because I'm just like, oh my God, this is happening. This is real. I was like, maybe this is a bad pregnancy test because I've never gotten one of these before. So I proceeded to take another one that night to make sure it was positive as well. And then the next day, I decided to take a different type of pregnancy test just to triple confirm I was pregnant. And while all this is going on, David and I were renovating our kitchen and trying to like update the cabinets by painting them and giving them, a fresh look. And so our living room was like a mess because we had a bunch of tables covered with cabinet doors painted on them. And so I was like, I wanted to think of a fun and cool way to tell David, and I was going to like be more elaborate, but I was like, I could not wait to tell him. So I was like, I'm going to just make something super simple and do it the very next day because I'm too eager and I can't hold it in. I need to tell him. And so I'll probably insert a clip here too, but he comes back from walking the dogs the next day, the following day. So I held it in for less than 24 hours, but I held it in for quite some time. And I put the pregnancy test out on top of the drying cabinet doors. They were dry enough at that point, so I could rest them there. And when he comes back from walking the dogs, I'm like, hey, babe, there's something wrong with the cabinet doors. And this is the last set of doors that we're doing. And this was the most stressful and annoying job ever that we've ever had to DIY in our lives, in our home. And so I'm like, I know this is going to annoy him. I'm telling him there's something wrong with the paint. And so he comes over to come check on it. And I had lined up the pregnancy test. And I don't know what to expect from him, how he was going to react.
Wait, what? That's amazing. Oh my God.
I thought he would have cried his eyes out, but he just fell into complete disbelief. He was just like, wait, what is this? And I was like, it's positive pregnancy test. And then when he realizes it, he's just like, wait, what? And then starts laughing. And then he gives me a hug. And I guess for him in that moment, I guess maybe, he'll share one of these days. Maybe we can do him and I. But I think in that moment, he was 1, in shock, 2, in disbelief, but 3, trying to be happy, but not too overly happy because it was still unreal. And there's so many times that we've had to experience that space of is this really happening or not? And most of the time it was not for us, and this was the first time that it was really happening. And I think it didn't get real for him until we actually went to the doctors and, saw the baby in the sonograms and heard the heartbeats. So that's how Dave and I found out. Some cute little timeline references that I wanted to share. We went to our first visit to the doctors was when the baby was actually 5 weeks old. And it was the size of a poppy seed. That was so tiny, but yet on the screen they were able to get it big enough that it looked like a gummy bear. And we didn't catch it on camera, but we saw it. It wiggled from side to side, and we were just so amazed because at the same time we also heard a heartbeat at 5 weeks old, and we were blown away because we didn't think that it was possible to, at 5 weeks, to see something so elaborate. We saw something that looked like a gummy bear wiggling from side to side and had a heartbeat. It looked like it was dancing already. And so that was our first time meeting this little baby, and we were so pumped. So about week 9, I think it was 9 or 10 weeks, but this was again back in December, we saw the little baby again, and this time we saw it with better sonogram and ultrasound equipment, and you were hopping around again, and that was just, again, it was just mind-blowing to us, the detail, and to see something so young and so small be so intricate and so beautiful already, and it just blew my mind. And at 10 weeks is when I actually started feeling something. Wasn't the most, people always say it's gonna feel like butterflies and stuff like that. To me, honestly, guys, felt like a little worm. Like, I don't know. But I mean, I can't technically feel the baby at that point because it's so small. So I feel like it was my like uterus expanding and growing. Maybe. I don't know. But it didn't feel like butterflies. It felt like a little bit strange and weird. After 14 weeks is when we started telling family. And that was probably one of our favorite things to experience during this whole journey so far.
Cute. Oh my god. Are you serious?
Yeah. Because we got to celebrate with people we love for this little person we love. And it was amazing to see all of our friends and family cry with us, celebrate with us, be joyous with us because they were in the pain with us. They were praying alongside us. And being able to capture everybody's reaction was just priceless. And it shows how much we are so loved and how much this little one is so loved. And everyone cannot wait to meet you. Hands down, my favorite reactions have to be my mom. We did like this cute little, mad gab, like gibberish game with her. I made up a gibberish thingy and had her do it and try to figure it out.
As you say it more and more, like then you hear it.
A grandma.
And then my other favorite reaction would definitely have to be my best friend when we asked him to be, the way we told him was by asking him to be the godfather.
Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
Ready? Camera good? Camera still recording?
Camera recording.
Okay, good. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to be a godfather?
Are you pregnant? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh! Oh! I love you so much. I love you guys so much.
Love you too. I love you too.
We love you too.
Be a godfather.
Yes. How does it feel to be the next question?
I love it so much. It's my baby. It's my baby. Oh my God. I'm so happy for you guys. You assholes. Look at you. I'm thinking I'm doing a whole thing.
And he freaked out. The most dramatic responses ever. I also loved my brother's reaction and his wife's reaction. So we played a game with them as well, similar to the gibberish thingy. And my brother realized quicker, and he started crying silently, and he's just very like low key with his reaction. So his wife didn't realize at the point, but then when she looked over, because she was still playing the game while he's crying because he'd figured it out. When she looked over and realized what was going on, put two and two together, she freaked out. So I thought that was funny too. So at 20 weeks, I started feeling the baby kick. By the way, this puppy is super attached to me. This is one of my dogs, if you guys don't know, Nino. And he's been even more attached to me now that I've been pregnant. Okay. And so, 20 weeks, I felt the baby kick for the first time. And it was the strangest feeling in the world. I was scared because it was the strangest feeling and the most beautiful feeling in the world. And I was scared because I thought that I wouldn't be able to feel the baby's kicks as a plus-size pregnant woman. I thought that, my experience was going to be vastly different from, like, straight-size pregnancies. But for all my plus-size girls out there, in your pregnancy journeys or early on or trying, you will feel the baby kick. And this baby has got legs or, like, arm strength like no other. Again, it does not feel like butterflies. I feel like there's a little ninja in here. One of the things, though, it made me happy and sad because I could feel and experience this, but David couldn't feel and experience it yet. So I feel like the baby was becoming more and more real for me, because it's happening inside me. I can feel it and experience it and see that the baby is growing and feel the baby growing, feel the baby moving. And so I wanted David so badly to feel what it is that I was feeling as well. And so when the baby started kicking, I started, having David try to touch my belly and see if he can feel anything. He's like, no, I don't feel anything. But I'm like, how can you not feel anything? This child is kicking me mad hard. But he wouldn't feel it. I was just like waiting for that day. And I was like, okay, maybe because of my plus size pregnancy, I do have a thicker layer over my belly. Maybe he's not going to be able to feel the baby kick. And on April 26th, which is just this week, at 26 weeks, he felt the baby kick for the first time, and it was so cute. My eyes started watering, and I think I had more of an emotional reaction than he did. He was just like a child just screaming for joy. But I was like, man, my husband just felt the baby kick. Daddy felt the kick. And that was very beautiful for me. I'll always remember that little moment that he felt it, feeling that little and I felt like the baby punched harder than it normally does. Just so that David could feel it. And I just felt like it was the right moment, the right time, and he felt it, and he was just so joyous. And even so much so that the next day he was like, I felt the baby kick. So that was a very special moment for us too. My pregnancy thus far has been pretty sweet, joyous, and easy. I feel like God blessed me with an easy pregnancy because we had to wait this long. So my first trimester was such a breeze. We kept it under wraps for a really long time, even going further into the second trimester, because it was so new for us. It was a first time thing. It was so unreal. We still can't grasp it. But we were able to enjoy that portion of the pregnancy just with us and our close friends and family. But the first trimester was so easy for me. I thought I was going to have and experience so much, symptoms. I don't know. I feel like because there's so much stigma, especially around plus size pregnancies, that I thought I was going to have a really difficult experience in time. And so far, I have to say, guys, BTW, I'm a plus size woman. I'm 33 years old, my first pregnancy, and everything feels so good and so smooth so far. Didn't have morning sickness at all. Didn't have any crazy symptoms at all. The one thing I started struggling with a little bit in the second trimester is heartburn, because my uterus is all the way up to here, squishing all my organs in my stomach. So there's less room for food, and water triggers it because it just starts, coming up. Anyways, that's more details. We can talk about that stuff on another video if you're interested. Oh, and the other thing that I find a little difficult, which I think is going to be unavoidable anyways, was sleeping at night. So I get more uncomfortable. I can't sleep. I'm a stomach sleeper, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I sleep on my stomach, and that's my comfortable place to be in. And I obviously had to stop doing that as soon as I got pregnant. Well, 16 weeks into my pregnancy, I stopped sleeping on my stomach. And now I sleep on my sides and my back, which are so uncomfortable for me, and also keeps me up at night sometimes, and that can lead to insomnia sometimes. And you get crazy, ridiculous anxiety sometimes just thinking about everything, and the nesting and the child and everything coming together, and it's a lot. But I'm honestly really, really, really blessed to have a pregnancy thus far that is super smooth. I'm really healthy. I feel like I'm one of those glowing pregnant women. I feel like that. I feel good. I feel great. And even though I have a cold right now, it's still I still feel really good in my body. I feel really good with this baby. And so I'm grateful for that, because I know that it could be worse, and there could be worse situations. And so thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God, for that. And so right now I am in the middle of wrapping up my second trimester pretty much and heading into the third trimester. And I'm starting to notice that a little more, because I do feel the weight of the baby some more. And this baby the last time we checked was a little under 2 pounds. So I'm sure at this point it's definitely over 2 pounds, and it's about the size of a lettuce head. So that's kind of that's kind of big in there. It's not kicking right now, although I keep saying it, but we did find out the sex anyways. But you guys are gonna have to stay tuned and check out the second video, because that's the next video that we're gonna release, talking all about the baby. Is it a boy, is it a girl? But anyways, it likes to kick a lot during food time when I'm about to eat, or like I'm eating something. And I noticed that I do have a stronger preference now for broccoli than I did before, and a stronger slightly dislike for salmon. So I guess those are the only things that I've had that are like food aversions type of things, but nothing extreme. And when the baby's kicking, and I start singing, it stops kicking. Or when I start speaking, it stops kicking. So I feel like it starts listening to my voice already, and it's starting to connect to my voice, which is amazing to experience. So we're going to have some more appointments coming up soon, and I think I'll probably do some like updates as the time comes and share here and there when we can. And like I said, my next video right after this one should be released the same day, actually, to jumpstart this series on YouTube, will be the sex reveal of the baby. So you guys can check out that video next. And, we shared the whole experience of what we did with the family. It was kind of crazy, kind of fun, and kind of totally unexpected. Anyways, that is all for this I'm pregnant update and announcing this whole new journey and series on YouTube. In addition to this, I am going to be doing more like vlogs and, lifestyle stuff here and there when I can. And we're going to try to navigate through this because it's a whole new world, especially when the baby comes. But I know that for me, one of the things I do treasure is capturing some of these memories and looking back on them. So expect more life content and updates from me and David, about the baby, about what's going on, maybe even a New York City apartment tour. I've never done that here. But if you guys are interested in any of these things, please comment below. Please let me know. Maybe even what I eat in a day as a plus size pregnant woman. I'd be more than happy to share that stuff. And if you want to see the fertility journey video too, please comment below. Let me know. I would love to create content that one is, yes, special to me, but also helpful and, supportive of you guys watching. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so that you get notifications every time I upload a new video. Man, I have not said that in a really long time, and it's really funny, but it feels like I'm here at home with you guys, bringing back so much memories. But yeah, it's so great to be here with you guys, and it's so great to just be chatting with you, and specifically about this beautiful moment and this beautiful news and journey. And I'm so excited to share that with you guys, and we're so excited to share more as the days come and as the journey comes. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for those of you who stuck around and sat through this whole thing. Sending you guys all my love, and especially for all of you that are out there still walking through that journey of trying to conceive, and for the moms and dads out there that are aching to be parents. I'm praying alongside you. I see you, I hear you, I feel you. I am praying alongside you, but I'm sending you guys all my love and best wishes, and love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Mwah.